I never thought curiosity could weigh as heavy as guilt, but if you've ever peered too far into the cracks of the world, you'll know what I mean. See, it started like most stories people don't tell out loud. Late at night, cheap coffee in one hand, Reddit rabbit holes in the other, and a half-dead ceiling fan chopping the silence into anxious little bites above my head. I'd been binging through conspiracy threads, ones with names like r/deep past and r/hidden layers, where people didn't just theorize, they knew things that made the back of your skull tighten like your brain was trying to slink away. And someone had posted this cryptic comment under a thread about missing persons and government cover-ups, said something like, "If you want truth, real truth, not the sanitized for TV stuff, check out Heaven's Gate Archive 47. It's not indexed, you'll need to go beneath the proxy floor." And I'd heard of that before. Proxy floors, slang for a darknet within the darknet. A crawl space between protocols that regular VPNs and TOR masks couldn't navigate unless you were running custom onion stacks, which I just so happened to have thanks to a board semester hacking school firewalls and playing Black Hat Robin Hood with stolen textbooks. So I followed the crumbs, past a few dead links and honeypot servers, through a Chinese language gate with broken CAPTCHA, into a blinking black page with nothing but a blinking underscore and a question. "Do you dream in static?" I typed yes, not knowing why, just feeling it in my chest like the answer had always been there, and the screen flashed red, then white, then loaded into what looked like a 1990s FTP site. Folders listed with gibberish names except one that stood out, got aka Pierce, and when I opened it, my speakers popped. Actually popped, like the air pressure in the room shifted, and a woman's voice whispered, "Welcome home," though I hadn't clicked anything that should have played audio. Inside that folder were hundreds of video files, all unlabeled, all 4 to 7 minutes long, no descriptions, just timestamps. Curiosity, that old bastard, won again, and I clicked the earliest one, from 2007, and what I saw was unsettling in the way dreams feel unsettling even though nothing really happens. A man sitting in a white room, staring at the camera, eyes unblinking, lips barely moving as he said things like, "They are underneath the hospitals," and "Don't go to sleep if the clocks are wrong." Cryptic, sure, but it felt rehearsed, staged almost, until the fourth video where the same man was in a totally different setting. A gas station, I think, and he looked older, but the date was only a week later. It only got stranger from there, video after video of that same man, sometimes dressed differently, sometimes with bruises, sometimes with a look on his face like he'd seen things humans weren't meant to see. But it wasn't until the 17th video that I noticed something that made me sit straight. He was looking at me, not just at the camera, but at me, like eye contact that burned into your spine. And he said, "You found the folder. You were supposed to wait. They're coming now." I closed the tab, unplugged my modem, felt that old teenage panic you get when you think you've summoned something too real into your bedroom. But my screen didn't go black. No, it stayed on, and the cursor kept blinking like it was waiting for something else. For the next few days, nothing happened, and I let myself believe it was just an elaborate ARG or maybe a psychological art project or whatever excuse made it easier to sleep, until the messages started, first in my email from random addresses that disappeared after sending, all saying variations of "You are awake now," or "Don't answer the door if the air feels thick." Then on my phone, encrypted texts that vanished before I could screenshot them, and always from someone called Gatekeeper3. I tried to forget it, to bury myself in work, but little things kept slipping through. My microwave clock would blink random dates, a buzzing sound would fill my ears whenever I got near a mirror, and strangers on the train would whisper words I'd seen in those videos like static blood or threshold event. And then one day I got home and found a manila envelope on my desk that I know wasn't there when I left that morning. It had no address, no postage, just my name handwritten in that same cramped font from the video timestamps, and inside was a USB drive labeled, "You can still leave," along with a photo of me, asleep in my bed, taken from the corner of the room, timestamped at 3:14 a.m. the night before. I almost threw up, moved out the next day, changed apartments, even ditched all my hardware, but it didn't help, because this thing, whatever it wasn't digital anymore. One night I woke up with blood on my fingertips and a phrase carved into the wall above my bed in tiny block letters. "Do you dream in static?" I couldn't take it, so I found a darknet for hire guy, ex-intelligence or so he claimed, paid him $5,000 in Monero to scrub me from every index, DNS, social net, the works. He said it'd take 3 days, then radio silence. On the 4th day, I got a voicemail. It was static, then the woman's voice again. You were never meant to find the gate. I left the city that night, took a burner laptop, swore off the net, and lived out of hostels and halfway homes for months. But wherever I went, the dreams followed. Black corridors filled with whispering wires, shadows in the shape of servers, and always that man watching, waiting, and sometimes when I wake up in strange places I don't remember going to, I find symbols drawn on my arms in what looks like ash. The smell of ozone thick in the air, and I don't know if I'm awake or not anymore, if this is real or just a consequence of staring too long into something I was never meant to see. But I do know one thing. The dark web isn't just websites and markets and malware. It's alive, or at least parts of it are, and when you stare into its code, it stares back. And if you ever find yourself at a blinking prompt asking if you dream in static, for the love of whatever gods you still believe in, don't type yes, because once you do, they find you and they never let you go.